Looking back on that, I really feel the stress of it. I could cry.
Ben Affleck has been married twice, both times to women named Jennifer. Both marriages ended the exact same way. The first Jennifer gave him 15 years, 3 children, and more second chances than most women would survive. The second Jennifer gave him 2 years before filing for divorce. Different women, different decades, same ending. And Jennifer Garner saw it coming before anyone else did, because she lived it first. She was the rough draft of a story Ben Affleck would spend his whole life rewriting. At 54, she finally explained what really happened, what Ben did that made staying impossible, and why watching him do it all over again with someone else was the only closure she ever needed. To understand how she got here, we need to go back to the beginning, back to who Jennifer Garner was before Ben Affleck ever walked into her life. Jennifer Ann Garner was never supposed to be famous. She grew up in Houston, Texas, and later Charleston, West Virginia. Her father was a chemical engineer. Her mother was a homemaker who taught English on the side. 3 daughters, a modest house, church every Sunday. The Garner girls were not allowed to wear makeup or nail polish until they were in high school. They were not allowed to pierce their ears until they turned 16. This was not a Hollywood childhood. This was the opposite of a Hollywood childhood. Jennifer was the middle daughter, the peacemaker, the one who wanted everyone to get along. She took ballet lessons from age 3, performed in community theater, and dreamed of becoming a dancer. Her mother once said that Jennifer was the kind of child who would cry if she thought she had disappointed you. Not cry because she was in trouble. Cry because she had let someone down. Remember that. Because that instinct, that bone-deep need to hold things together, to not give up on people, would define the most painful decade of her life. At 18, she left West Virginia for Denison University in Ohio. Then she transferred to study drama. Then she moved to New York, and then to Los Angeles. She was not an overnight success. She spent years taking small television roles that nobody remembers. She waited tables. She auditioned constantly. She failed more than she succeeded. And in 2000, she married her first husband, actor Scott Foley. They had met on the set of his show Felicity. It was a sweet, quiet Hollywood romance. No drama, no scandals, no tabloid coverage. They were young and in love, and it seemed like it would last. It did not last. By 2003, they were divorced. Jennifer never said a bad word about him publicly. She has never explained what happened. All she ever said was that they had grown apart. They were too young. It was nobody's fault. That marriage ended the same year. Everything else in Jennifer Garner's life changed. In 2003, Jennifer Garner was cast opposite Ben Affleck in a movie called Daredevil. She played Elektra, a deadly assassin who becomes the love interest of Affleck's blind superhero. The movie was not very good. Critics hated it. Audiences shrugged. But something happened on that set that neither of them could ignore. Ben Affleck was not available. He was engaged to Jennifer Lopez. They were everywhere, all the time, the most photographed couple in the world. Benifer, the tabloids called them. Their relationship was a media circus that never stopped spinning. And here was Jennifer Garner, quiet, private, recently divorced, watching from the sidelines as her co-star navigated the chaos of his very public life. They did not start dating during that movie. She has been very clear about that. But something was planted, some seed of connection that neither of them forgot. When Ben and J.Lo broke off their engagement in January 2004, it made headlines around the world. When Ben and Jennifer Garner were spotted together 6 months later, the headlines were smaller, softer. People liked them together. She seemed like exactly what he needed. Stable, grounded, a good influence. She probably thought that too. But Jennifer Garner was not naive. She knew what she was walking into. She had watched the Benifer circus from inside the tent. She had seen how that kind of fame could consume a person. She had seen Ben at his most overwhelmed, most hunted, most performatively exhausted by the spotlight. And she had her own reservations. She was 32 years old. She had just been through a divorce. She knew what it felt like to build a life with someone and watch it fall apart. She was not eager to do that again. Friends from that era have said she was cautious, that she took her time, that she wanted to be sure this was real before she committed to anything. But Ben was persistent. He was charming in the way that Ben Affleck can be charming when his sun shines on you. And eventually, she said yes. The mentor in Jennifer Garner's story was not a person. It was a set of values. Everything she believed about love, about family, about commitment came from that house in West Virginia, from parents who stayed together for decades, From Sunday church services and family dinners, and the unspoken understanding that when you make a promise, you keep it. Jennifer once said in an interview that her parents' marriage was the model she was trying to follow, that she grew up believing that marriage was forever, that you work through problems, that you do not give up just because things get hard. This belief system would carry her through 15 years with Ben Affleck. It would also nearly break her. On June 29, 2005, Jennifer Garner married Ben Affleck in a private ceremony in Turks and Caicos. She was already pregnant with their first child. The wedding was small, quiet, almost secret. Just the two of them, an officiant and Victor Garber, Jennifer's longtime friend and co-star from Alias, who served as their witness. No giant celebrity guest list, no magazine deals, no helicopters circling overhead trying to get the shot, just two people making promises to each other on a beach. This was deliberate. This was Jennifer's influence. She wanted to build a real life, not a performance. She wanted their marriage to be about them, not about headlines. 3 months later, their daughter Violet was born. 2 years after that came Serafina. And in 2012, their son Samuel. By all appearances, they had done it. They had built the life Jennifer had always wanted, a big house in Pacific Palisades, 3 healthy children, a husband who was sober, working, present, but appearances, as Jennifer would learn, are not the same as reality. The cracks were there from the beginning, if you knew where to look. Ben Affleck had struggled with alcohol for years before he met Jennifer. He had been to rehab before their wedding. He would go again after. Sobriety for him was not a straight line. It was a constant negotiation, a daily battle that some days he won and some days he lost. Jennifer knew this when she married him. She accepted it. She believed that love and stability and a good home could help him stay on the right path. And for a while, it seemed like she was right. But there were other problems. Problems that had nothing to do with alcohol. Ben Affleck is a man who needs attention. Not just any attention, constant attention. The kind of adoration that fills a room when he walks in. The kind of validation that comes from being the most important person in every conversation. Jennifer, by contrast, retreated from the spotlight whenever she could. She wanted quiet mornings and school drop-offs and PTA meetings. She wanted a life that looked nothing like Hollywood. These two people loved each other, but they wanted very different things from that love. And then there were the rumors, whispers about other women, about late nights that could not be explained, about a pattern of behavior that Jennifer chose not to see, because seeing it would mean accepting something she was not ready to accept. She stayed focused on the children, on the house, on holding everything together. That was her job. That had always been her job. The middle daughter who could not stand to let anyone down. By 2015, the marriage was falling apart. They announced their separation in June, one day after their 10th wedding anniversary. One day, the timing was cruel in a way that only Hollywood timing can be, and then the other shoe dropped. Within weeks, the tabloids were running stories about Christine Uzunian, the nanny, their nanny. Photographs of her and Ben together, smiling, comfortable, too comfortable. The Nannygate scandal exploded across every magazine cover in America. Jennifer Garner, the wholesome girl from West Virginia, the devoted mother, the woman who had given up her own career to raise Ben Affleck's children, was now being publicly humiliated by the woman she had hired to help care for those children. Imagine what that feels like. To open a magazine and see your husband photographed with the babysitter. To know that your friends are seeing it, that your children will eventually see it, that the whole world is watching your marriage die in real time. Jennifer never confirmed the affair. Ben never confirmed the affair. But the damage was done. The trust was gone. The divorce should have happened in 2015. Everyone expected it. The separation was announced. The nanny scandal was everywhere. It seemed like a done deal. But Jennifer did not file. She waited. She gave him another chance, then another. She sat through the 2017 rehab stint. She sat through the public apologies. She watched him promise to do better, to be better, to become the man she had always believed he could be. And in December 2021, Ben Affleck gave an interview to Howard Stern that broke something in the public understanding of their marriage. He said he felt trapped. He said that if they had not had children together, he would have left sooner. He said that staying in the marriage had contributed to his drinking. Read those words again. He blamed her. He blamed their children. He blamed the family she had built around him, for him, to save him. When asked about the interview later, Jennifer's response was careful, measured. She said she had not listened to it, that someone had told her about it, that her jaw had dropped. Her jaw had dropped. 13 years of marriage, 3 children, countless interventions, rehab visits, second chances, and third chances. And his public takeaway was that he had felt trapped. There is a quote from Jennifer Garner's 2016 Vanity Fair interview that tells you everything about what she finally understood. She said of Ben, "When his sun shines on you, you feel it. But when the sun is shining elsewhere, it is cold." She stayed warm in that sun for as long as she could, but the sun kept moving. It shone on his career. It shone on his poker games and his late nights, and eventually on other women. And Jennifer was left in the cold, holding everything together, waiting for him to turn back around. She knew before the photographers caught him with the nanny. She probably knew before he admitted it to himself. The sword she seized was not revenge, it was clarity. She could not make him stay. She could not make him want the life she wanted. She could not love him into being someone he was not capable of being. Some men do not leave. They just stop showing up. And Ben Affleck stopped showing up long before he moved out of their house. Jennifer Garner filed for divorce in April 2017. Even then, she was not cruel about it. She asked for joint custody. She did not try to destroy him financially. She did not drag his name through the court system the way she had every right to do. And here is the part that still amazes people. Even after the divorce was finalized, even after he started dating other women, even after the Howard Stern interview, Jennifer Garner kept showing up for Ben Affleck. She drove him to rehab in 2018. She staged the intervention. She co-parented with Grace, even when Grace was the last thing he deserved. Because Jennifer Garner was not protecting Ben Affleck anymore. She was protecting her children. She was protecting Violet and Serafina and Samuel from ever having to choose between their parents, from ever having to carry the weight of their father's failures. That is not weakness. That is the kind of strength that most people will never understand. And then came the part that proved everything Jennifer Garner had suspected all along. In 2021, Ben Affleck got back together with Jennifer Lopez. Ben-Affleck round 2. The circus came back to town. They got engaged, they got married, they blended their families, then moved to Miami, then back to Los Angeles. He bought a house, then another house. He did magazine covers and red carpets, and all the things that come with being half of the most famous couple in the world. Jennifer Garner watched it all from the sidelines. She said nothing. She kept picking up her kids from school, kept showing up at their soccer games, kept living the quiet life she had always wanted. And then in August 2024, Jennifer Lopez filed for divorce from Ben Affleck. 2 years. That is how long the second marriage lasted. 2 years of sun and spectacle. And then it was over. Sound familiar? The woman Ben Affleck had left Jennifer Garner's quiet life to be with, the woman who represented everything opposite of what Jennifer had offered, walked away from him for the same reasons Jennifer had walked away. He could not show up. He could not stay. The sun kept moving. Today, Jennifer Garner is 54 years old. She is thriving. She has a successful production company. She runs a baby food company called Once Upon a Farm. She acts when she wants to act and disappears when she wants to disappear. She dates quietly, privately, on her own terms. Her children are growing up healthy and happy. Violet is in college now. Serafina is a teenager. Samuel is old enough to have his own opinions about everything. And Jennifer Garner has never once said a bad word about their father. Not when he blamed their marriage for his drinking. Not when he remarried someone else. Not when that second marriage fell apart the same way the first one did. She does not need to say anything. His choices speak for themselves. In a recent interview, Jennifer was asked about co-parenting. She said that time is the opportunity to let things get better. That bitterness does not serve anyone. That her only job is to make sure her children know they are loved. That is the elixir Jennifer Garner brought back from her journey. Not revenge, not vindication, just peace. She spent 15 years trying to hold together a man who could not hold himself together. She gave him her best years, her energy, her belief that love could change people, and when it became clear that it could not, she let go. Not with anger, with acceptance. She knew it before he remarried. She knew it before J.Lo filed those papers. She knew it before the world caught up. Jennifer Garner never tried to be the sun in Ben Affleck's life. She just wanted to be his home, the place he came back to, the steady warmth that was always there when the spotlight faded. But Ben Affleck did not want a home. He wanted an audience. And now, at 54, Jennifer Garner has stopped waiting for him to come back. She has stopped waiting for the sun to shine her way. She built her own warmth instead. And now, at 54, Jennifer Garner has stopped waiting for him to come back. She has stopped waiting for the sun to shine her way. She built her own warmth instead. 3 children, 2 marriages, and a trail of headlines later. Jennifer Garner did not just survive the most public heartbreak in Hollywood. She walked through it with grace, rebuilt herself on the other side, and came out telling the truth. In the quietest possible way. She never had to say a word against him. His own choices have been saying it for her all along. What do you think? Did she wait too long? Or did she do exactly what she needed to do for her children? Drop your take in the comments. If this story stayed with you, hit subscribe. We have another one coming that you will not want to miss. She spent 15 years standing in his shadow, waiting for his son to turn her way. And now, finally, she is standing in her own light.